Microsoft reports earnings tomorrow. That's Tuesday, April 26th. And are they going to actually be a buy going into these earnings? Or are you going to buy them afterwards? We're going to get into that very topic today. But before we do that, I just want to invite you guys to watch these live earnings reactions with me at 3:45 p.m. Eastern time on this very channel. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell to get notified when I do go live for those reactions. Now, Microsoft's earnings are, again, Tuesday after hours, and that is April 26th. Their expected earnings per share are $2.18. My expectation is probably that they actually crush those numbers. I think they're going to come in around $2.32. And so that's a pretty handy beat. Their expected their expected revenue rather is going to be around $49 billion. And I think they actually come in higher than that as well, around $51 billion. And my sentiments are shared with that of Dan Ives over at Wedbush. He talked about Microsoft just today and why he thinks that Microsoft's still going to do well despite the environment that we're in. He said, we are expecting strong numbers from both stalwarts Microsoft and Apple this week, which could be much needed good news for the tech sector in this white knuckle time, which I think we all can agree that we are in. He also noted that the cloud story is not slowing down, with large transformational cloud deal up more than 50%, and it may be gaining market share from Amazon. The AWS side of Amazon is the largest part of their business, and it has been a huge a proponent of this space. And so that's very, very notable from Dan Ives. He also said we are seeing deal sizes continue to increase markedly despite macro jitters and enterprise-wide digital transformation shifts. And they're accelerating with CIOs all focused on readying their respective enterprises for cloud-driven architecture, with Microsoft poised to beat Azure Whisper growth numbers of 45% this quarter. I think Dan Ives is expecting somewhere around 50% plus, which is probably what I would say is that number as well. If they do miss on that number, I don't know if Microsoft actually performs well. And that kind of brings me to my next point. We're in this time in the market right now where everything kind of either gets severely punished when they beat earnings, or they don't really do anything if they do. So where does Microsoft fit in all this? And does it make it a buy before earnings, or should you wait till after, or not at all? I think that's an answer you really have to make for yourself, but I'll give you a few scenarios, and we'll take a look at the chart as to where I can see Microsoft going in either one of those situations. So as you can see here, Microsoft has been absolutely beaten down. It's down over 20% from its highs. It's now sitting at that 270. It came down actually just today as of this recording and tested that 270 bottom that we hadn't seen since March of this year, March 8th. So a little over a month, about 6 weeks ago. And then it got close to that area on February 24th, which a lot of you guys might recall was the bottom of the S&P. There was a huge correction that day. And then most of tech came to retest that in March. And here we are again. If Microsoft misses on any of these earnings or comes out with poor guidance in the future, then I think that Microsoft could end up breaking this support around 270, and it could get really ugly. There's 263 here, but I would venture to say that there's a possibility for that this comes back down to 253, which would be around this support level here. As you can see, I'm kind of looking back at as low as May 25th, 2021 to get those numbers. So 250 is certainly reality if they come in and disappoint in any way, shape, or fashion. However, I think that there is some promise here. You see the 50-day moving average is up here at around 291. They come in and beat earnings and give a pretty decent upbeat outlook, which that's kind of what I'm expecting. Then I think that we could see a move up over that 50-day moving average, and then it comes again up to that 200-day at 305, which has been a really interesting point. It held as a really good support as of recent, and then also held as a really strong resistance. Here's that 305 area in August of 21, and then again in September, then blasted above that. And you can see the type of move it had going into the later parts of 2021, and it acted as a support after that before continuing to fall down. So that to me is an area, certainly those are areas certainly to watch if Microsoft beats or misses on earnings. But I really kind of want to get your thoughts on this. Are you staying away from stocks in general? Does Microsoft look like a really good opportunity for you? And guys, make sure you're hitting that join button next to subscribe as well to get my 5 stocks that I'm watching every single day of the week. Is a great community to be a part of. You not only get those 5 stocks that you're watching with a fundamental and technical breakdown, but you're also getting access to my Discord group, as well as private live streams, trade alerts, and that sort of thing. So if you like this video, you might want to check out my next one, because I'm going to be covering Alphabet, aka Google's earnings as well, to give you my thoughts on when they report earnings the same day and the same time as Microsoft. It's going to be a wild day on Tuesday, guys. I hope to see you there.